Sveiki, tai šiandien mūsų vlogė aš turiu svečią iš Maltos, INFA egzaminatorę, ir truputėlį noriu su ja pakalbėti apie tai, kaip jinai atsidūrė šioje srityje ir kaip jai sekėsi egzaminuoti Lietuvoje. So, how you end up in the beauty business first?
Yes. Around 16 years ago in Malta, I had a clerical job, but I wanted to study further. I always choose different courses to study, and I started to go to a school, a beauty school, where it happened that the owner of the school and the director of the school was also a director in INFA.
Oh, okay.
So it was an INFA school. The director represented INFA in Malta. I studied there, I completed my courses, and upon my completion, the teacher was becoming mature of age, but at the same time, for personal reasons, she had to close the school, and the school was for sale. And I thought that
Why not?
I could.
Yeah.
We had a few meetings, and yes, I started immediately my career into beauty. So by that, I couldn't teach immediately with no experience. So I only took a few sessions for the students, and I wanted to also give something to the students. So I hired professionals to help me, and from that onwards, 15 years after today, I am now also an INFA representative, because apart from taking the school, I also took the rights for the INFA director and the representation of INFA in Malta.
Yes.
So by time with INFA, we travel a lot. We have a general meeting in every place in Europe, and that's once a year, I mean.
Yes.
And apart from that, you have to travel as well because of the examination, if you take that on board, and you go to different places. And I've been here for the first time as examiner, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And what kind of things students has to show during the exam?
Yes. First of all, we're talking about estheticians, right? First of all, they have to have high practice of hygiene. This is very important. They have to also show a good balance between the theory and the practice. There is no practice which can be perfect if the theory is lacking in the knowledge of the student. It's very important. There is good balance, and as well a good understanding of our job. Some people take in beauty because, well, they don't need to study such examinations as university. Well, I think that is not the case. In our case, we have to study even more because we are practicing on a human body, but are not yet called professionals like a doctor.
Yes.
So we have to take it so seriously to keep a good name and a good standard of our job, and that would have to show from the beginning in the students how serious it is. It's not just that you learn it at school and then when you go home you forget all about it, or cut round edges so that you can do a manicure in 10 minutes instead of 30 minutes, let's say. So yes, that is important to see beauty as a global thing and not just a shortcut to your career.
Yeah. So hygiene, of course, depilations you check, yes, the makeup during the exam.
Okay, during the exam, then for practices we do check the facials, the massage, both facial and body, any body treatments, any depilation, face and body and different areas of the body. We do check the makeup, we do check about manicure and pedicure, very similar to what they will be doing. Like, for example, if they are doing facial, I ask questions about the anatomy of the area they are working on. If they are using a product, I would ask any particular ingredients, why did they choose that particular product. If we're saying about makeup, I I will ask questions that have to do with colors, with face shapes, different products in makeup, like different foundations and their emulsion chemistry. It's not like that they have to go in detail, like speaking for an hour about the same thing.
For example, I noticed during the exam that you ask always, where are the model going with this makeup?
Yes, for makeup it is very important that you have a theme.
Yes.
You don't just do makeup because you do it and then present it to somebody saying, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yes, what was your intention? Like, for example, one of the students, she had makeup all over until the eyebrows one day of the examination, and she told me, well, because it has a touch of the 1980s with Madonna style. Okay, that saved the day.
Yeah.
That's okay. But if she didn't tell me that, well, we are in the 2018, and we don't do that kind of makeup anymore. So if there is a reason why, yes. And for every theme of makeup, there are certain particulars that I have to look for in order to be able to say yes or no. And market, you can't rank something at random.
Okay, and why students should take INFA exam? What the advantages of this exam is?
There are many. Apart from being an international passport, it has also an international standard. So when we are talking about INFA, we are talking about the theory, the practice, the balance, all I've been saying. There is a specific standard that they have to reach, and let's say in my country, so we don't talk about other countries, let's say when we say I am an INFA qualified, you practically are accepted immediately because they know the high standards that we study in, the high standards of practice, and practically your certificate speaks for you before you start your interview.
And it also works for end consumer. For them, if you have INFA diploma, it represents competence of your job?
Yes, most of the clients, they hardly recognize one certificate from another if it's not their job. But once they see a trade going, that whenever they go to the therapist, she serves them very well, she treats them well, and there's a good standard in, like, you got really how do you say, the money for your service. They are starting to link between one certificate and another, and they look for INFA qualified therapists because they know that they are looking for something and they will find it.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I think that in Lithuania we need to grow up a little bit until this situation, but I hope that we will reach this.
I wish you all the luck.
So thank you very much for the interview, and have a nice time you left in Lithuania.
Yes, I will enjoy.